What's going on, guys? We are at the Bexley Community Sale 2017, and it's like super early before anything's open. We're gonna drive around, try and hit some early birds. I'm here with my boy Craig. I don't know if he's over there. Can't see him, but he's over there. And you know, the Lego master himself. Let's take a look at some early pickups. All right, early pickups. We scored these from Brett Hamilton last night. We got some Domino Rally sets. I don't know if you knew that punter guy was under there, but yeah, Kern's already scored 7.5 pound box of Legos. Pretty beefy right there. That's nice. And we got 9 pounds of Mega Blocks, 7.5 pounds of Legos, and then you know, we got some little minifigures and all that stuff in there. Scored all of that stuff, $10. The Domino Rally sets, $2 each. So hope we can find some more good stuff. There he is right there, guys. The man, the myth, the Lego master himself, Craig Kearns, making a rare appearance on the show. I think we caught him in one frame last year on the community sale, but what are we looking for today, man?
Legos.
Legos, baby. Legos all day, every day on them Legos. All right, guys, we'll keep you posted. Hopefully we can find a sale. Early bird. Okay, guys, so we hit that sale early. I didn't want to film the sale. I asked them. They didn't have the video game stuff set out, but I asked them, and I got all this for $30. We got a TI-83 Plus calculator. Seems to be in good condition. He said that her daughter just graduated college. And then we picked up a Nintendo DS lot. Fires right up. You can see you got some games there. And then open it up for you. Came in this really cool Initech case. There it is. New Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 64. Mario Party is actually in the system. It's nice and clean. Black DS light with the stylus pen and the GBA cover. So first score of the day, not too bad. Currency, let's drive away.
Sweet fucking VHS.
You got some sweet VHSs, man.
Con Air.
Kickboxer 2.
Cliffhanger.
These VHS tapes are expensive. B-babies, I like it.
Football Follies. That's like that old.
There you go, text Fred.
Text Fred. That's the. Yeah, they're showing. Yeah, that's they ain't worried about some shit. Those are the Tinker sets I saw
$30.
on that they had posted on the so remember that I showed you?
Uh-huh. Those are from...
Those are old. Those are just the canisters, not even the Tinker boards.
There's a whole box of...
Tinker.
Yeah, stinkers. Yeah, cassettes.
Robin, you look too happy.
He's happy to be here this early. Anything your wife want a jogging stroller? There you go, 25 cents, man. How do you can't pass that up?
Your passport's been stamped like 4 times.
He said you will. Nice little garden back here, man. I like that.
That's only about the 5th time I've been here.
Shoes are all sized up.
You gotta look at.
I think she just didn't understand. I have books down here, and we have toys.
Books and toys.
Books and toys.
It's my favorite section.
There's a bag.
or what half price if it's pressed. No, nothing much, not too much is pressed here, sir.
All right.
And I'm going to be floating because the person who's supposed to mind this store has not appeared for her assignment. So I'm gonna have to go back and forth.
Does he have a bag for a Game Boy Advance? Do you still have the console or games? No? Darn.
Sorry.
Sorry.
About an hour late.
Oh no, and they didn't take the case?
Nope.
Dang.
I hear we're late already?
Yeah.
Great.
45 Guitar Hero, Pictionary. Wii Sports. And the what? Oh, did you put it in your wallet?
Oh, yes.
That's for the Wii?
Everything. How much you want for the jar?
I do. Hold on a minute.
All right, guys, we are at the Bexley community. So you remember that porch from last year where we had some 3DO stuff? This lady sold it. I was hoping she would call me back. Every one of you guys asked about it. It was an awesome lot of 3DO stuff with games. One owner, but unfortunately she sold it. So on to the next one. Good morning. Good morning. Did you make $1 million yet? 3. 3 million?
You get ready to break something.
Oh, I've already broken it.
Sharpshooter, bro.
Sharpshooter.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't need it. Yeah, I don't need it.
But we're gonna just walk it outside.
Will they come like?
Well, I'll have to call them. Did they
It's crazy. Central Bexley, you can't even drive down the street. Oh, yeah.
Woo! Welcome back to the show, Team YouTube. All right, Bexley Community Sale was this past weekend, and we always have some good success there. That thing is always messed up, man. I need like a laser level. Last year we had some really good success. We got that big box of Legos, vintage Legos, mind you, for $10. We sold like $550, $570 worth of Legos out of there. I still have Legos from that set that I'm selling. And yeah, we tried to double down. We went back this year and we got some good stuff, man. We got some stuff for the collection. We got some nice recoupers, some things that'll flip easy. But this isn't going to be in order. But I'm going to show you maybe the best deal of the day right here. 40-something odd empty DVD and CD cases. $1. So yeah, with all the PlayStation stuff that we're picking up this year, we're getting some loose discs. Always nice to have some of those lying around. And for $1 for 40-something of them, I wasn't going to pass it up. I went to a church sale. You guys saw it in the footage there. It was crazy, man. It's like, we're not going to open till 9, and 9 o'clock is 9 o'clock. And it's like, really, come on, guys, let's go. You know, we got things to do. We probably hit up, I'm going to say 30 or 40 sales. It was a little bit cooler. So, you know, some people didn't set out stuff. Bexley's more of an affluent community. There's some money there. But like I said, we hit up this church sale, and it was like basically you get a grocery bag for $5 and you fill it with whatever you want. We went to the video game stuff. They didn't really have anything. They had My Sims for the DS. It was empty. I asked them if I could have it. They were like, yeah, if there's no game in there, we don't have the console or anything, you can just have it. So we got a free DS case. So if you're keeping score, for $1, we got all that stuff, which is awesome. Now, I'm not going to go out and find the Sims. I guess if somebody really needs that, I'll send that to you. But, you know, Game Boy Advance slot, you know what we're going to do with that. All right. Guys, I cannot express to you in words, I guess, how important it is to have good verbal skills at garage sales. Most of this stuff I'm about to show you, I had to get people to bring it out of their house because they didn't have it out. And a lot of these people didn't want to bother going in and getting the item. So usually my routine is I walk up to the sale, I identify, you know, whose sale it is, and I kind of just jokingly ask them, hey, did you make $1 million yet? And then they usually say something like, oh yeah, we made $1 million already. Well, we made 2 million. Oh, we're close, whatever. But then I reply with, well, I'd love to give you more money. Do you have any old video game stuff? And then just start naming it off. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Sega Genesis, PlayStation 1, 2, 3. Do you have any unloved or unwanted DS or Wii games? And typically they're either going to say no because they don't have any video games whatsoever, or they'll say something like, well, my daughter has a DS or a Wii, but they still play it. Perfect. That's still not a no. In my opinion, that's still not a no. Awesome. Hey, I love the Wii. Do you have any games that maybe you don't play that you would want to sell? And then people are, well, no. And then I usually say, hey, I get it. I collect too. People love their Mario games and their Zelda games. I already have those games. But if you have any other games that you don't want, you maybe want to sell, I'd love to give you some money. And, you know, they can add them to my collection. And then they're like, oh, well, let me go check, right? So then they go in the house and they check and that kind of stuff. And that's really what happened at the first sale. We get there. I start browbeating. We don't have any video. Oh, you know what? We might have a DS. So she comes out. She goes, I have a calculator. Will you buy my calculator? TI-83 Plus calculator. It's got a couple dead pixels in the screen. I'm going to see if there's a quick fix for that. If not, I might just fire sale that out of there and see if somebody wants to deal with it. But, yeah, I'm like, hey, I'll look at your DS slot. He's like, it's his daughter. She graduated college, doesn't want it or whatever. Doesn't live at the house anymore. So he comes out, and the first thing I see is this. Little Initech, nice hard case. Pretty awesome. Open it up. There's a nice black DS Lite in there. We've got new Super Mario Brothers. The legendary Starfly, which I might keep Starfree, whatever, Starfree, and Brain Age 2, right? So I pull it out of the little plastic case, which is awesome. I like those hard cases, and very nice condition, powered right on. Came with a stylus and the GBA port cover. And then inside the case, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. There's another stylus in there. And you know how I am. I'm always like, oh, well, you know, does it come with the charger? You know, that kind of stuff. And she was like, yeah, actually, we have 2 chargers. So then I says, oh, well, do you happen to have 2 DSs? Right? You gotta think a little bit while you're out there. And they're like, no, well, we had one, but I don't know what happened to the other one. You know, I think my other daughter took it or something. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Do you have any other games for this maybe? They're just lying around. And they're like, oh, yeah, we got the boxes for some of those games. So they pull out My Sims Kingdom. That one's complete. Mario 64 DS. Boom. That one is actually missing the manual, but it's got the inserts and stuff in there. And then we've got Professor Layton in the Curious Village. Complete. And Mario Party DS. That one is also complete. Again, I don't really have any interest in the DS, so this will all be up for sale. And I said, well, how much do you want? And she was like, for everything? And I'm like, yeah, for everything. And she goes, how about $40? And I said, how about $20? And she goes, well, how about you meet me in the middle at 30? So our first deal of the day was for this DS Lite lot. Throw that up there. 2 chargers, that nice hard case, and a TI-83 calculator, TI-83 Plus calculator, $30. So I will be selling that and trying to get my money back, which we know we're going to make that probably $30 on the calculator. Although, like I said, it's got some dead pixels, so we might discount it. Go up to the next sale. I see this laying on the table. I said, hey, how much? I'm doing Year of the PlayStation on my YouTube channel. How much is this? And she's like, I don't know, make me an offer. I said, okay, well, I'm going to hit you low. Right? I always say that, like, I'm going to hit you low. So they kind of expect you to say $1, and I said $1, and she's like, perfect, get it out of my house. It is Dance Dance Revolution Economics, you know, the Konami game. But what's awesome with this is that it came with the dance pad, which I'll never use, but it's in the box. Pretty nice condition. Got a little tear at the bottom. I asked, do you have any other PlayStation stuff? She said her husband collects. I said, does he want to sell off any of his collection? She said, I don't know. I said, well, can you text him or call him? Is he here? And she called him, got him on the phone. He didn't want to sell any of his stuff. He's a collector like us. So I feel kind of lucky to get that for $1 out of his collection. But that's what you got to do, man. You basically have to be sort of a pain in the ass when it comes to... I borderline harass people in a sweet, fun kind of way, and get them to bring stuff out. So I hit up this garage sale, the next garage sale, and the lady had a couple kids games for the DS out on the table. And don't ever pass up on games that you think are kids games or little girl games or anything like that, because especially games that you're not familiar with, because it might turn out to be sort of a hidden gem. I said, how much are the games? She said $3. I said, okay, would you do 2 for $5? And she was like, sure. They had a pretty slim selection of Wii games, but I did pick up Lego Harry Potter years 1 through 4, complete, really nice condition. I asked the little girl that was there. She's probably like 6. I was like, oh, you don't like Lego Harry Potter? She's like, I like the Star Wars games better. So we got that for $2.50, and along with that, horse racing games. Always take the time to look them up, because for some reason they seem to have a little bit of value. A lot of them do. This is Horse Life Adventures for the DS. Now the plastic on the case is ripped off, so it's like basically just the cover art hanging on there. So it's cool that we picked up an empty case. I'm actually going to remove that now, so we'll take that off, put it over there in a safe place. But it's complete. You look on eBay, this game's going for like $26 for a Horse Life Adventures DS game. We're going to try and flip that as well. But like I said, it's cool that we picked up a case. So I got this next garage sale. A lot of Wii stuff, a lot of Wii sets people want. I think next year, if they didn't sell them, that Wii sets, you'll be able to find them. Because I saw probably 3, 4, 5 Wii sets, and everybody wants 50, 60, 70 bucks for them. And hopefully next year they'll be down to like 20. I tried to negotiate on a couple. Lady had a nice lot. Had a loose disc Mario Kart. You know, it was a console with a couple controllers. She wanted 50. I was like, how about 30? She was like 40. But the other games in there were, you know, like kids games. So I didn't really want it for 40. Not a lot of meat on the bone there. But so I go to this garage sale, and I have a stack of Wii. It's like Wii Fit, some other game, and Dragon Ball Z, Revenge of King Piccolo. Again, I'm not really into Dragon Ball Z games. So I asked, I said, how much are your Wii games? And she goes, oh, well, it goes with the lot. And there's a tub over there with the controllers and stuff. You know, $50 for the whole thing. So I go over there and I say, is this the tub you're talking about right here? She's like, yeah. So I open it up and I'm like, well, there's no console in here. And she goes, oh, okay, well, let me call my sister. And so she calls her sister. They can't find the console or whatever. So she said, make an offer. So we got 2 Wii controllers in there, 2 nunchucks, and then a copy of Wii Sports. And when I picked up Wii Sports, it was like extra heavy, so you knew there was another game in there. So yeah, it was the old Wii Play and Wii Sports, you know, combo pack. That's like the second one I found in a couple weeks. I found one at Goodwill. I generally sell those together for like 10 bucks on Craigslist. So I bundled this all together, and I said, without the console, would you take 10 bucks for the whole box? Because I knew I was going to be able to sell Wii Sports for 10 bucks. So they were like, yeah, sure, just get it out of my house, right? That's how these people operate. So 10 bucks, picked up that whole box of Wii, and I even took the tub. I was like, I'm taking the tub too. And they're like, yeah, that's cool, fine, whatever. So free plasticware. Awesome. Little bonuses everywhere. Another Wii lot that I came across. I mean, he had like, you know, 2 steering wheels, 2 controllers, you know, the console. I'm a little hesitant to buy Wii consoles because I've had Wii consoles before that don't work. And I'm not a repairman. So to pay, you know, 40, 45 bucks for an average lot of Wii stuff, not really willing to do that now. Maybe at like 15 or 20 bucks if we find them at that price for sure. But there was one good game in the lot, and that was Mario Kart Wii. Complete, actually very nice condition. And I said, would you consider selling the game separately? If they say yes, then I say, okay, well, how much would you take for Mario Kart? And they were kind of like, I don't know if we want to separate the lot. And I said, well, as they say it in the game, Mario Kart, wee, right? And then they kind of laugh and they get into it. You're sort of building that instant rapport with the person. And they're like, I don't know, man. How about 5 bucks? And I'm like, perfect. I'll take Mario Kart for 5 bucks all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, walked out of there with that. And again, none of the other games in there were really that great. So let me move some of this stuff because we got a whole bunch more. All right, so another item that I got somebody to bring out of their house. You get any old video game stuff? Oh no, we sold it last year. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cool. You know, I'm just doing PlayStation on my channel. I'm looking for old Nintendo games, things like that. And I was like, he was like, oh, well, the woman came from behind the house. She heard me talking to the guy, and she was like, we have a PlayStation 3 guitar. And then he's like, no, it's a PlayStation 2 guitar. And I said, oh, okay. And that's sort of like, you know, trying to get them to bring stuff out, because then once they touch it and get their hands on it, they may remember that they've got more. And I was like, yeah, I'll take a look at it. So she comes out, and it's a box for the original Guitar Hero for the PlayStation 2. Now, I'm going to open this real quick. Yeah, get that over there. It's missing the game, but I have this game, so I'll bundle it. And, you know, we'll sell this for like 20, 25 bucks. It's got the stickers in there. And then you can see it's got some sticker residue on the actual guitar. But other than that, it's in really nice condition. And I said, how much do you want for it? And again, they're like, for the whole thing? I'm like, yeah, how much? He's like, oh, a couple bucks. So I'm like, okay, how about 2 bucks? And they're like, yeah, sure, 2 bucks. So 2 bucks, we got a Guitar Hero, almost complete in box, just sort of missing the game. Got an old rubber band on there. I'll get that off of there. This one's going to take a little bit of cleaning. So again, 2 bucks for Guitar Hero, not bad, considering I saw a ton of Guitar Hero. Again, another house where, you know, they're setting out and they got books and, you know, pictures of boats and stuff, crafts that they're selling. Kids on the porch, and I'm like, this is going to be good. You get any old video game stuff? No, not any video game stuff. I was like, damn, okay, you get any old board games? You don't happen to have any Thundercat figures from the 1980s, do you? Ninja Turtles, A-Team figures, G.I. Joe, He-Man, that kind of stuff? They're like, no. The guy comes to the door, and he's like looking through the screen door. I'm like, well, does he have any old video games? Right? Like, I'm joking. But at the same time, sometimes that provokes a response, because he says this. Oh, I got a bunch of Intellivision stuff, but that's my collection. I love my collection. So I says, again, you got to be a little bit savvy out there. I was like, oh, cool. I love the Intellivision. I have an Intellivision collection posted on my YouTube channel. I actually did a trade with a guy who's with a guy on YouTube that's trying to get a full set of Intellivision games. I showed him, like, you know, some videos and stuff. And I'm like, well, if you got anything extra, you know, I'd love to take a look at it. Maybe not buy it, but it's kind of neat. I'd love to, you know, take a look at it. Again, in my mind, I'm thinking he's going to go get it, bring it out. We're going to take a look at it and be like, oh, man, I'd love to have a couple of these games. Would you just sell these if these are your doubles? You know, that kind of stuff. That's sort of how you talk to people. There's a little girl on the porch. He's like, no. It's all. I was like, okay. And then the mom goes, well, Charlotte may have some DS games that she doesn't want. And I said, okay, cool. Can we text Charlotte or call Charlotte and see if she wants to get rid of some games? Because I'll pay for them cash, as if I'm going to pay for a check at a garage sale. And she's like, well, Charlotte's right here. She's like a 10-year-old girl. I'm like, oh, cool. Charlotte, do you have any DS games that maybe you don't want? And her mom's like, well, some of them, you should hang on to because you still play. And again, hey, if you want to keep your Mario games, keep your Mario games. Anything else, go ahead and bring that out. I'll take a look at it. So he runs up and gets 2 Intellivision games that are factory sealed, right? We've got Armor Battle and Space Hawk, which I think I got a couple copies of Space Hawk. But yeah, factory sealed. I asked my boy Jason Rotbergs. He says those look like reseals, but they do have, H seams and stuff on them. So I'm not sure how they sealed Intellivision games back in the day. So I'm like, cool, yeah, I'll definitely take a look at those. She comes out, a little girl comes out and goes, I don't play this game, and it's really kind of too hard for me, so I'd love to just kind of get rid of it. So it was cool. I was like, I'll definitely buy Pokemon Black 2 for the Nintendo DS. Complete. I said, how much do you want for everything? He's like, just make me an offer, man. I was like, how about $10 for everything? He's like, perfect, that sounds good, $10. So I gave him $10. And we walked away with Pokemon Black 2 complete, 2 sealed Intellivision games, and it looks like Chris scored a ton, and Craig didn't score any Legos. So that was sort of how the day went. All right, we got a couple more items. These are the bigger items. Go to a garage sale, right? That's how all these stories are going to start. So we go to the sale. They have like a couple tables out. Like there's really nothing. Lots of craft stuff, like stamps and scrapbooking stuff. So I ask, you got any old video game stuff? And then you name one: Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing the year of the PlayStation. I'm trying to collect all this PlayStation stuff. And they think about it for this, and they're like, somebody gave us some PlayStation stuff a couple years ago. It's in a box on a closet. And I said, well, I've got time. If you can run up and get it, if it's easily accessible, I'd love to take a look at it. So he comes back down, and he's got this blue box. Blue Sony PlayStation DualShock controller. Those are cool. 3 games. We've got Major League Baseball 2K5, Tony Hawk Underground 2, and ATV Off-Road Theory 3. Not super crazy games, but then this is at the bottom of the box. PlayStation 2 Slim. Hold on, let me open it. It gets better. Everything is still in its original packaging. So we've got the bag for the cables. There's the DualShock controller that was supposed to come with it. Never used. And when I say everything is still in its original packaging, guys, everything in there is in its original packaging. So it's time to get to the business end of the deal. After I fix my camera. Time to get to the business end of the deal. And I said, well, how much do you want for everything? And he goes, well, it's just taking up space in my closet. Make me an offer. And I said, how about $10? And he goes, $10 seems a little low. And I'm like, you're right, it's a little low. Right? You start joking with him, man. This isn't like Crazy Town. You're either going to buy it or you're not. You're going to get a good deal on it or you're not. And he's like, well, how about $25? And when he said $25, man, it was hard to keep a poker face. Because I would buy it at $25. But I knew we could probably get a little cheaper. Man, my tripod is all jacked up today. So I said, well, if I said 15 and you're at 25, could we just meet in the middle at 20? And he's like, yeah, 20 is about where I want to be. So we shook hands, $20, complete in box, PlayStation 2. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know if I'm going to keep this. If we can sell some other stuff and make enough profit back, we might keep this just because it's in such nice condition. He said that the person that he got it from, as the camera shakes, we're going to fix this right now. There we go. That might be better. He said the person that he got it from bought it, played a couple weeks worth of it, and then passed it on to them. And, yeah. All right. Looking around. Okay, last item, guys. I'm very, very excited about this. I've been looking for one of these for a long time. So, Craig knows this guy. They went to high school together, played football or something. And the lady's on the porch. Hey, you got any old video games? You know, Nintendo, blah, blah. She says, my husband has them. My husband collects games. I was like, cool. Is he around? Can I talk to him? And she yells into the house, you know, Derek! And he comes out. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm looking for old Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64. They gave him the list. He's like, yeah, I collect all that stuff. It's, you know, I got it in the box from my childhood. And we start talking. I'm like, oh, okay. So I show him the YouTube channel. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I can do collection videos and pick up videos. Things like that. So he goes, well, I have some Super Nintendo stuff. And I said, oh, that's cool. I'd love to see it. Take a look at it. And so he goes downstairs. He's like, well, let me go downstairs. I just didn't get it. So he goes downstairs, takes a couple pictures, doesn't bring any of it up. Right? I know we're in trouble when he doesn't bring any of it up. He brings it up, shows me his phone, goes, yeah, check this out. And it's, you know, Super Nintendo lot that I'm going to show you. And I said, well, how much do you want, like, for everything? Like, what's an offer? And he said, well, I saw one of these and one of those go for $200 on eBay and this and that. And I said, listen, you know, you have to pay PayPal fees, eBay fees, shipping fees. You have to pay for the material to ship it. Something like this, you're going to want to make sure it's packaged very well, pay for the insurance. And he's like, yeah. I said, so hit me with a number. If I were going to buy this today, hit me with a number. And he says, 150. And you want to seem like you're on their side. So I was at 100, right? I'd give him $100 for this stuff. So I'm like, you know, Derek, we're not that far apart. You're at 150 and I'm at 100. I said, I'll move it up to 120 right now. You want 120 cash? You know, and the wife's like, yeah, sell this shit. Get it out of my house. But this is his childhood stuff. So he's attached to it. So I kind of knew I was going to have to pay a little bit more. So he was like, well, how about 135? So, okay. So I've come up $20. He's come down $15. We're even closer. I said, you know what? Why don't we just meet at 130? I'll come up another 10. You come down another 5. He's like, no, it's all in nice condition. It's my childhood stuff. You know, whatever. So I said, you know, I'm not going to argue over $5. So for $135, we got a championship edition, championship gold edition, Super Nintendo. Came with 2 controllers. It's almost going to fall off. We got a stack of games. This game I did not have in my collection. Killer Instinct, like I said, we'll be adding that to the collection. And I think that's my first non-gray cartridge, right? Like there were a couple games that were in red carts and black cartridges, but this is my first non-gray cartridge. So that's cool. Hold that out. We have Jurassic Park. Already, you know, it's not too exciting there. We got Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country 2, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, and Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Focus. Very nice condition. I'm going to actually put this in my collection and swap it out with the one I have. But what made the lot, guys, let me grab this. It came with one of the mintiest boxes for a Super Nintendo I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, obviously, it's his childhood collection. He took really good care of it. Let me try and pop this bad boy open. The AV cable's in there. It is missing a power cable, which I tried to use to my advantage. You know, hey, it's missing the power cable. But he wasn't coming down off of it. It's got the styrofoam. Take this out of there. This is just in great condition. It's got the cardboard top. And it's got the instructions there, and then the inside. You guys know what the inside of a Super Nintendo box looks like, but there's the AV cable. There's the packet of all the Nintendo goodness, all the advertisements. And when I open this up, inside of this little cradle area right here, was a box, one of the mintiest boxes I've ever seen for Super Mario Kart. So I knew at that point I was probably just going to pay the $135 when I saw this box. Look how nice that is. There's like no dinging, bending, creasing. Yeah, just amazing condition. Does not have the manual. Did come with the game. So the box and manual, or the box and the cartridge are right there. I don't know if I'm going to do it this yet. I have Mario Kart. I have my childhood copy of Super Mario Kart. Yeah, I don't know. We might have to order a box protector for it. Maybe keep it around a little bit and see what happens. So, guys, I got a lot of cleanup to do, a lot of cleaning, and a lot of posting. So, thank you for stopping by and checking out this sort of special edition of the Pickups Bexley Community Sale. This was our first real find at a garage sale this year. And it was a massive, and I can't wait to do it again next time. So, we'll see you on the next one.